next very important derivation that comes in the syllabus is the equation of continuity. So this topic is very important from the point of view of your question paper. So equation of continuity, the equation that we are going to derive is actually a mathematical statement. That equation which we will derive is just the mathematical representation of conservation of charge. So what is conservation of charge? It states that if we have any isolated system, the total amount of charge in that isolated system always remains the constant. So the mathematical form of equation of continuity is just a mathematical representation of conservation of charge. So first of all, to derive equation of continuity, we are going to suppose that we have a closed surface. So this surface which I have drawn on a piece of paper, it looks like it is an open surface, but it is actually a closed surface. So you can also take a sphere or you can take an ellipsoid. So it is a closed surface, and this closed surface encloses a volume V. So the volume of this closed surface is equal to V, and its surface area is equal to capital S. So we consider a closed surface S enclosing volume V. Now we suppose that current is flowing through this surface. Through the walls of this surface, the current is flowing, and we know that current is defined for a particular surface. So that let's say the total amount of current which is flowing through this surface at time t is given by capital I. Capital I is the current passing through this surface at any time t. So at any time t, the current passing through this surface is equal to capital I. Now we are supposing that there are some positive charges which are present inside this volume, and with time these positive charges are slowly moving in the outward direction in all the directions. So they are moving in the outward directions and they are crossing the surface, and hence current is flowing through the surface. So if a charge crosses a surface, means current is flowing through that surface. So we are supposing that there are number of charges which are present inside this volume, and these charges, they are continuously moving in the outward direction, means the charges inside the volume are decreasing. The total charges in the volume are decreasing with time, and slowly the charges are moving in the outward direction and they are crossing the surface, and thus they give us current I flowing through the surface at any time t. And as you can see that charges will decrease with time. The total number of charges in this volume will decrease with time, means the current will decrease with time. So current will be decreasing with time through this surface S, because current is nothing but the amount of charge flowing in unit time. So if the charges which are flowing, they are decreasing with time, means that the current flowing through this surface will also decrease with time. And you can see that charges are decreasing, means current is not steady. Steady current, current. So steady current means we have uniform current. Means let's say if you have a surface over here and you have another surface over here. This is a cross section of a big conductor. Let's say this is a conductor, and this is the cross section, and this is the another cross section of the conductor. So let's say if 2 coulombs of charges, 2 coulomb of charges is flowing through this surface, and the same 2 coulomb is flowing through this surface, the second surface, in unit time, means current through this surface is also same. The current through this surface and the current through this surface both are equal, because equal amount of charge is flowing in unit time, means current is steady. But in this case you can see that the amount of charges are decreasing. The amount of charges which are crossing this surface S are decreasing with time, means the current is decreasing with time through this closed surface S. So we are considering positive charges flowing in the outward direction. So positive charges are present and they are flowing in the outward direction, due to which the current is flowing in the outward direction, means the current density, the electric current density which we were discussing in the previous lecture, the electric current density will also be in the outward direction. So J vector is given by N into Q into Vd. Vd is the drift velocity or the velocity of the charges. So for the case of positive charges, the current density is in the same direction as that of the drift velocity. So if the charges are moving in the outward direction, then the current density will also be pointing in the outward direction. So I'm supposing a small patch of surface over here. On this closed surface, I'm considering a small surface element, and its surface area vector will be pointing in the perpendicular direction, means in the outward direction. So that will be ds vector. So it will be making 90 degree with this surface. So ds vector is pointing in this direction, and let's suppose that at this point the charges are moving in this direction. So the current density at this point, let's suppose, is in this direction. So J vector is the electric current density, and at this surface it is pointing in this direction as shown. So you can take any other surface patch, any patch of area ds vector, and at every point the current density will have a different direction. So ds vector will always be pointing in the perpendicular direction, but J vector can have any random direction. So at this point I'm supposing ds vector is in this direction and J vector is in this direction. So J vector will also point outwards. As you can see, the J vector is pointing outwards, that is out of this volume, at any point on the closed surface. Because we are talking about positive charges, and positive charges are flowing in the outward direction, means the current density vector will always be pointing in the outward direction. So ds vector is the small area on the closed surface. The outward current, now what is the current which is flowing through this small area which I have taken? So current, as we have already seen in the previous lecture, that current dI is given by J vector dot product with ds vector. So this was the expression that we did. The amount of current which is flowing through this area with electric current density as J vector is given by J vector dot product with ds vector. So the outward current flowing through ds vector at time t, at any time t, what is the amount of current which is flowing through this ds vector? That is given by di, and it will be just equal to J vector dot product with ds vector. So this formula we have already seen in the previous lecture. Now we are going to find what is the total amount of current which is flowing through this whole closed surface. Here, this is the current which is flowing through this area ds. But we want to find the total amount of current which is flowing through this whole closed surface, and that will be given by capital I, and it will be just integration of di, and that will be equal to J vector dot product with ds vector with its surface integration. So we have to do the surface integration because here we have the area element. Therefore we will have two integrals over here. But in this case we have already supposed that the surface which we are taking is a closed surface. So we have taken a closed surface. So here the integral, the surface integral will also be a closed surface integral. So this will be the expression of the current through this closed surface S. So current at any time t will be given by this expression. Now we are supposing that, let's say rho is the volume charge density. Rho is the volume charge density in volume V at any time t. As we know that charges are continuously moving in the outward direction, so the charge density will be decreasing. So at any time t, I am supposing the charge density present in this closed surface is given by rho. So rho is the volume charge density, means total charge divided by total volume. So charge present in unit volume is the volume charge density, and this rho is the volume charge density at time t, because with the time the volume charge density will be decreasing. So at any time t I am supposing rho is the volume charge density, the charge present in unit volume. So what will be the total charge present? So what will be the total charge present in this volume V at any time t? So rho is the charge density, it is the amount of charge present in unit volume, and let's consider dV is, let's consider over here a volume element dV. So I'm taking a small portion of this volume V and I'm representing it by dV. So if rho is the amount of charge present in unit volume, so in this dV amount of volume, what will be the charge present? That will be given by rho into dV, because rho is the charge present in unit volume and I want to find the charge present in this dV volume. So I have to multiply rho with dV. So the charge present in dV volume is given by dq, and that will be rho into dV. So what is the total charge present in this whole volume? Total charge will be given by q at any time t, because rho is the charge density at any time t. So this dq is also the charge present in dV volume at any time t. So the total charge present in this whole volume will be given by q, and it will be just integration of dq. So we will do the integration of dq, that will give us the total charge present in this volume V. And on the right hand side also we have to do the integration. So we will have rho into dV with its integration. Now you can see that here I have the volume element, and for volume element, when we are integrating, we use three integrals. Three line integrals are used, because here we have this dV can be written as dx into dy into dz. So dV volume element, you have already seen in mechanics that dV can be written as dx into dy into dz. Therefore we use three integrals, three line integrals are used. So total charge present at any time t in this volume V is given by this volume integral of rho dV, and this volume integration is over the volume V which I have taken over here, this V, the total volume. Now what is the amount of current which is flowing through this closed surface at time t? Amount of current flowing through this closed surface at time t. Now current is given by dq by dt. But over here the charges, the number of charges with time are decreasing as the charges are moving in the outward direction. So number of charges inside the volume are decreasing with time. So current will be given by minus dq by dt. So current will be decreasing with time. Current through this surface S will be decreasing with time, because the amount of charges in this volume, they are decreasing. So the charges which are crossing this closed surface will be decreasing with time. Therefore we write electric current as minus dq by dt in this particular case. So first of all we will find what is dq by dt. So dq by dt, so what is q? Q is given by volume integration of rho dV, and we will do the derivative with respect to time, and that will be equal to d by dt of this right hand side. So I am doing the derivative on both hand sides. So dq by dt will give me d by dt of volume integration of rho dV. Now first of all I will take this d by dt inside the integral. Now this rho, the volume charge density, is actually a function of time, as we have said that rho will change with respect to time. So as time will pass, the rho volume charge density will be decreasing because charges are moving in the outward direction, and also rho is a function of coordinates. So at this point, let's suppose if I take this point and I draw a unit volume, if at this point I draw a unit volume, then amount of charge will be something else, and at this point if I draw a unit volume, the amount of charge present in this unit volume will be different from this one. Means rho, that is the charge present in unit volume, the charge present in unit volume is dependent on the coordinates, that is x, y and z, and also we have said that rho is dependent upon time. So here when we will take this d by dt inside the integral, this full derivative will be converted to partial derivative, because rho is a function of time as well as it is a function of x, y and z, means it is a function of coordinates. So when we will take this derivative inside, so in the Modern's book I think it is written d rho by dt, but in actual it should be del rho by del t, that is it should be a partial derivative. So when you will take this derivative inside the integral, you will get del rho by del t. You will write del rho by del t, means you are using partial derivatives, and you will not write d rho by dt, because d rho by dt represents full derivative, but rho is a function of x, y, z and time t. If rho is just a function of time and it is not a function of x, y and z, in that case you can write d rho by dt because rho is dependent upon a single coordinate only. But in actual over here, the rho is dependent upon x, y, z and time t. So when I will take this d by dt inside, this d by dt will be converted into del rho by del t, means partial derivative, and this dv will remain as it is. So now this is the current which is given by minus dq by dt, and my dq by dt we have already seen it is equal to, minus will remain as it is, and what is dq by dt? It is equal to this. So it is volume integration of del rho by del t into dv. And on the left hand side I have current, and current I have already seen that current is equal to the closed surface integration of j vector dot ds vector. So closed surface integration of j vector dot ds vector, this is the expression of current. So this expression is equal to this one. Now we will use Gauss divergence theorem over here, because on the right hand side I have volume integration and on the left hand side I have closed surface integration. So using the Gauss divergence theorem, we can convert the closed surface integral into a volume integral. So this will be nothing but equal to volume integration of divergence of j vector into dv. So you have to revise the Gauss divergence theorem that we have done in the previous semester. So this closed surface integration will be written in terms of volume integral, and this inside the integral we will have divergence of j vector with volume element. So this is how we convert a closed surface integration to a volume integration. And this will be equal to, this right hand side will remain as it is, so it will be equal to minus of volume integration del rho by del t into dv. So from here I will I will compare both the integrals. So here I have the volume integral, here I have the volume integral, and here I have dv, here I have the volume element dv. So I can write divergence of j vector is equal to minus of del rho by del t. And when I will take this del rho by del t on the left hand side, it will be equal to divergence of j vector plus del rho by del t is equal to 0, and this is the equation of continuity. So this is a very important equation and it definitely comes in the exams. So this is the equation of continuity, that is divergence of the electric current density plus the partial derivative of the volume charge density is equal to 0. So this equation is the mathematical form of conservation of charge. So you can see that over here I have the del rho by del t, means the charge present inside the volume is changing with time. So this is the final equation of continuity. We are going to see the special case of equation of continuity. So in the equation of continuity, we have considered that current is not steady. So over here we are supposing that what if current is steady? So what do we mean by steady current? So first of all, I will take a conductor AB and I am taking a cross section C, and this is another cross section D in the same conductor, and the volume enclosed by these two cross sections is equal to V. So what is steady current? When charge flowing per unit time through any cross section is the same. So let's say the charge flowing through this cross section in unit time, let's say it is plus 2 microcoulombs, and the same amount of charge plus 2 microcoulombs is flowing through this another cross section in unit time, means current through this cross section is same as that of through this cross section. So in that case we say that current is steady. So when charge flowing per unit time through any cross section is the same, it is called as steady current. So here I have supposed V is the volume which is enclosed by this surface C and this surface D. So there is some volume enclosed. Now if the current is steady, in that case the amount of charge which is entering the volume V through this cross section C is the same amount of charge which is leaving the cross section D, which is leaving the volume V through this cross section D. So total amount of charge entering the volume V through C, through this cross section C, the amount of charge which is entering is equal to the amount of charge which is leaving the volume V through this cross section D. So in that case we say that current is steady. And this we are talking about in unit time. So in this case, if we are supposing that the amount of charge which is coming in is same as that of the charge which is going out in unit time, means the volume charge density is also constant. So if the volume charge density is changing, in that case we saw that current decreased with time. So when the volume charge density was decreasing with time in the previous case, the current was also decreasing with time. So if the current is steady, means the volume charge density rho is also constant with time. Therefore, del rho by del T. So rho is constant with time. So del rho by del T will be equal to 0 because rho is constant and derivative of a constant term is always equal to 0. And what is equation of continuity? Continuity equation states del dot J vector, that is divergence of J vector, plus del rho by del T is equal to 0. So for steady current, del rho by del T is equal to 0 means this term is equal to 0. Therefore, we will have divergence of J vector is equal to 0. So for steady current, divergence of electric current density always comes out to be equal to 0, and this equation is also called as continuity equation or equation of continuity for steady currents. So for steady current, this is the equation of continuity. So this equation states that it shows that the steady current is divergence less. So divergence of the electric current density is equal to 0 means the electric current density is divergence less, or you can say solenoid. So it is divergence less or solenoidal. So these terms we have already seen when we introduced with you the types of vector fields. So there are two types of vector fields. One is the curl-less vector field and another is the divergence-less vector field. So over here, divergence of this vector, electric current density, comes out to be 0 for the case of steady currents. Therefore, steady currents are said to be divergence-less or solenoidal.